Welcome aboard everyone, Simon here from the Wells of Wall Street. Hope you're doing well. Got a few minutes update here on the Bepro chart. Guys, first of all, if you haven't done so already, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, that you press that notification bell to ensure you get notified of all the awesome videos we have coming away. And if you find this video informative, please do hit that big thumbs up button. It massively helps the channel out. And all you have to do is press a couple of clicks on your mice. That is it. No catch-22 other than having to listen to me for the next few minutes. So guys, a couple of observations in this chart. We've got a big green, and we're going colorblind. There's a blue big thumb there to indicate that we hit this buy point here. This is an opportunity we put in here as a potential mechanism of coming down, not because we don't believe in Bepro, but because there's not much stability around this area. It's not been tested in terms of a support resistance line in the past historic data of this chart. So that's why I put it in there. We weren't anticipating it to happen today. We were just expecting a gradual reduction before we started kicking back up again. With this momentum in mind, just want a couple of other points here. We'll just have a look at this MACD of interest. So we were seeing some narrowing, which was indicating to me that, we might be stabilizing and jumping back up, but actually it was a bit falsified and we had a bit of a reduction there as well. So today, unfortunately, has messed up our little histogram here. That's not to say that we might push this back over the next few hours. We've still got a few hours left of the day, but it's not making it look very pretty on the weekly or the monthly performance indicators on the right hand side here. But we did hit this buy point. I have added another one here. I haven't got any more Bepro to add in from my personal stash. But it is an opportunity potentially for some of you guys out there that are looking for even lower opportunities to perhaps consider that area. The reason I put that one in there is because we've got a couple of touch points around this part here, around the 24th, 25th of July, and also around here on the 18th and 29th, as well as some areas around here in March. That's why I put it in there. So those that are listening rather than watching, we've hit the buy point here of the current-ish price that we're at 0.007. And we may come back down to this potential area of 0.06 and a half-ish. That's where I would be looking at a potential of a buy opportunity. It's not financial advice, it's just an opinion based on the fact that if I wasn't holding Bepro and I was looking for an opportunity where I may have missed before, i.e. these lower areas in the 20th when it was 0.002, that is a potential buy-in opportunity to see some gains. The gains that we anticipate, I do think this could easily potentially get to like maybe between 15 and 18 cents. I know a lot of people are saying like 30 or $1. I'm going on basis of data that I know currently, and of course the roadmap is quite strong for Bepro. It's an exciting project, certainly for the long term, but I do believe there's short-term gains to be had. There could be a 2.5% increase between this point right now to essentially around an 18-cent mark. That's phenomenal. And put that in perspective, if for example you're putting $100 in right now at the price of say 0.08, just for the 0.08, you're going to get around 12,500 Bepro tokens for that. Okay, if that gets to 18 cents, that takes that profit, I think, around to $2,150, which is actually quite a phenomenal return of $100. Now, it's not financial advice, I'm just giving you an indication. And on that point, when you're take profits along the way. Okay, so we see this big rise here from the 20th of July at 0.0026. We got the big rise up to here most recently to 24th of August, 0.017. That is an increase of 569%. But because it's so big, this rise, and not much, too much correction, it was an anticipation that we'd come down here. We'll cover that in a second, but my point is, take profits along the way. You never know when the top is. We had a bit of a reduction here. Good volume came back in, kicked around here. There was some good news around Bepro at that time, and we pushed up to here. But you can see on the MACD here, for example, you see the crossover data. This would indicate here the sort of bullish and bearish opportunities here. You can sort of seeing it narrowing, and there's an indicator that actually we might be pushing back over that table. We got to that top point. There's too much of a narrowing. So you see this didn't quite loop around. This is a great indicator here over the last 2-3 days to say we're not getting the support here and we're coming back down. So there's loads of indicators here that to take note of, especially on the RSI as well. You can get good indicators of 2 or 3 levels of information. But going back to this point here of taking profits along the way, since that top at 0.017 in August, we've had the reduction to this point of 59%. Okay, so that's quite a lot of opportunity throughout just that 60% area. of opportunities to buy in and get some really good accumulation of Bepro ready for the top down. So again, there is a potential to drop down to this level, which would actually take us down to probably around 64. Yeah, it is an anticipation in my mind of any corrections can be between sort of 30% and 70%, and that sounds quite big, but I think that's a big opportunity of strategic opportunities of buying in throughout those periods. So you kind of anticipate in your head, okay, let's see the worst case scenario and the best case scenario, and level off your anticipations of strategy around that. And it's the same on the way up as well. Start considering, especially with this big run coming up towards the end of the year, start considering your application of gains that you're trying to acquire, your goals, the achievements that you want to get out of this whole run and system. And then you can play the game, because if you take profits on the way, you're reducing your risk, and it's the same way down as well. To always try and reduce your risk. That is one of the key aspects to a game, if you like, of crypto. So do take that into consideration on the way up as well as on the way down. So yeah, we're at currently, as I said, around that sort of 56% drop on there. That's quite a stable one. It's quite a realistic one. Again, with today happening as it is, I did anticipate a gradual drop to that area, as that's why we put the buy opportunity in there. But even at this steady point of 47, it'd be really nice if we started closing back up higher towards that 0.08 mark again, so we can get some support at this level and push up. But yeah, the only thing I'll pull out, like I said, with this lower region of a buy opportunity, is that we have not had much support and resistance around this area. So there is a strong possibility this could happen. The sell volume is massive today in comparison to the other days recently. The RSI is quite low, so from a buying opportunity, I think that's a really low risk in my opinion. Again, not financial advice. Yes, it could come down a bit lower, but you are reducing that risk, as we mentioned. But again, if someone said to me, Simon, is it a good time to invest in Bepro? I say absolutely, it's a good area, because what you want is to get around this area. So when you start pushing back up to 70 or above in the RSI, that's when you want to start taking some really good profit margins. You obviously, if you get it now, and the RSI gets to 80, you've doubled your position, and then you want to take percentages above that. And that's how you claim the profit. You might be accumulating. You might just be buying dips. That's absolutely a great strategy as well. But some people might not be wanting to use their own cash. So they're trying to trade the game. Do you know what I mean? So as we said on the indicators, it's not great for the last week or month, but I do anticipate that to reduce as time goes by over the next couple of weeks. Getting us into the middle of October, perhaps into the end of October, I do believe that we could start trying to push towards that all-time high previous of 0.047. So we've got a long way to go. In fact, I'm just going to draw this area back down to here. So from our current position, we need to grow an extra 550%. Is that achievable? Yes, absolutely, especially with the roadmap that Bepro have got over the next couple of months. We've got the big things about like the Moonbeam project. We've got the Polkadot integration still going, Polygon, Ethereum, Binance chain. So there's loads going on, guys. And I think that collectively with organic growth of the market, Bepro is going to have a phenomenal coming months, that's for sure. And again, as I said, it's long-term approach for me, but I do want to take some gains and profits in this run so I can really dump it back in over the next couple of years and get the staking continuously, hopefully, as it currently is on my Qcoin. Guys, we're going to wrap up there. Let us know in the comments below if you're holding Bepro, what your aspirations are for Bepro in terms of price predictions, and let us know your moves as well. It's always about sharing is caring, as it were. We're always interested to know, and it helps us with our research as well. So get involved on that aspect and let us know how bullish or bearish you are on Bepro and why. More importantly, why. I don't want to just hear I'm bearish or bullish. I want to hear why. That's the important factor. Thank you very much for watching, guys. We will see you in the next video. Bye bye.